Hey everyone, Miss Dempsey here, and I just want to let you know before we start the video that for Tuesday, I might have the videos out a little late because I usually record and do my laps on Monday, and I'm going to be out of town that day, so I'm going to try to be back home as soon as I can, but it's for something pretty awesome. I might make a video on it. I hope you guys will enjoy it because it has to do with cars. But anyways, let's go back to the video. Hey everyone, Miss Dempsey here, and I want to tell you guys this awesome bedtime story called the GR Super GT Cup Round 11, because oh my goodness, this race was a snooze fest. You think that for a track like Monza, with a race like this, you'd think that everyone will be going all out, under the perfect settings, but in reality, it just wasn't that exciting, honestly, in my opinion. But anyways, let's go ahead and get to the race. So my qualifying time was alright. I didn't qualify the best. I mean, it could have been worse. I was actually surprised that Turismo Lesser didn't qualify as high up. Same with NZ. So here I come across the first turn, and I'm just trying to be nice and careful. I'm just trying not to get sent into Pluto. I mean, everyone kind of is worrying about that. Because especially in the first turn, the first lap, everyone's going to get bunched up, and if one person isn't paying attention and they brake too late, it's just going to cause a bunch of chaos. But luckily, it seems like we were all able to get through there nice and cleanly, or at least most of us. I saw this lady almost got taken out. And here I'm just trying to retake my position, but unfortunately Kartsman had the inside line, so I'm just going to go ahead and give him the position. I don't want to fight it. Right now it's too early to fight. Someone behind me is trying to get the position as well, but he ends up getting a half-second penalty because the second chicane, more specifically the second apex, is a little bit of a jerk. Because even if you get a tiny bit of the yellow curb that's in the apex, you're going to get a penalty. So here we go, KV Den. He's going to go ahead and pass me. He's running a faster fuel map strategy, so I'm not going to go ahead and try to battle him out. But here, so I'm going to go ahead and try to move a bit more over here because I don't want to bump into him, but he ends up blocking me because I'm going to go ahead and assume that he thinks I'm trying to get the inside line, when in reality I'm just trying not to hit him when we approach our braking line. So, oh well, I mean, I didn't send him to Pluto, so all is good. So I'm going to go ahead and try to catch up to Mr. KV Den over here and see if we can catch up to Kartsman, who is well ahead of us. I think at this point he's like about 3 or 4 seconds ahead of us. So we have a lot of work to do. And I have a lot of work to do because I've already fallen 2 positions. And, well, I mean, I'm going to be honest, nothing really happens over here. I'm just going to go ahead and try and see if I can go as fast as I can. I'm getting a lot of that slipstream from KVN, and I'm going to go ahead and pass him. And at this point, I'm worried that we'll get bunched up together, especially with everyone else behind us. I hit my braking point, so Lady Cyrus ends up going off track. So now we have a 3-way battle with KVN behind us, so Lady Cyrus in the front. And we're going to go ahead and see if I can retake 9th place. KV Dan a bit more behind me, so I don't have to worry about him too much. All I have to worry about is Lady Cyrus. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can try to overtake him and try to just work my way towards getting to 8th place. I'm going faster than him. I get the inside line, and I have to be a bit more careful because I don't want to get any collisions, although I kind of do. I end up sliding a little bit, because at this point, actually more like throughout the whole race, I'm just playing it really safe. I've been just really careful. I guess there's just been like this uneasy feeling, like if something bad was going to happen in the race, like more like if I was going to make a huge driving mistake, especially like in the second chicane or in the first chicane, just missing the braking point or cutting a corner, things like that. Much less about someone punting me. I wasn't too worried about that. It was more like me just making my own mistake. Still, there's a huge gap ahead of me, and it's going to be really hard to see if I can try to at least catch up to 8th place when we're already getting to the last stretch of lap 2. Don't forget, this is a 5-lap race. And that is actually one of the other things that really bothered me, is that this race was too short. I mean, I get it. Part of it being, or at least feeling so short, is because we're spending a good chunk of this lap going at full throttle. We're achieving high speeds, but I feel like the race should have been adjusted to reflect how fast we're going through this track. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing maybe 8 laps or even 10. I mean, I think that would be awesome. But just the race being so short, which ended up forcing us to do a no stop and go slower, it just didn't create an exciting race for me. And I was hoping that this race would be exciting. I mean, it's Monza. We're supposed to go all out. I mean, I would have loved to brawl out. Sure, I might be a bit more risky and potentially force a mistake on myself, but I mean, we're all going all out. I mean, I think that would have been more fun. I think many of us would have had a much better time here, but instead it was just a snooze fest. I mean, I'm going to be honest here. But alright, enough of me venting. I just really needed to get that off my chest. Alright, so go through that chicane nice and cleanly, and here we're going to have Salady just come up here. He's trying to sneak through, and here I'm thinking, okay, he might now have a faster fuel mapping than me, so I want to go ahead and see if I can hold him off a little bit more. But in the end, it looks like he's going to be able to just catch up to me, and at this point I'm just not going to battle it out with him. Where if we keep on battling each other for 9th place, we're only going to drag ourselves even more behind. Our goal is to try to catch up to 8th place, and he's still a ways out. We can probably still do it if we work together and go much faster, but that's the thing, we have to work together. So at that point, I was like, okay, I'm just going to go behind him. We're just going to try to slipstream each other. Try not to battle for position too much. Let's see if we can make it happen. Alright, and yeah, I mean, that's all that's going to happen for a while here. We're just going to work together, stay right behind each other. Don't go side to side for too much, especially when going through turns. Because if we go through turns going too wide, we have to slow down, and that's just going to make everything worse for us. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this a little bit. And that's the thing. Let's say if you're in our position and you see that someone's way up ahead, the thing that you really want to do is just try to work together. Don't battle it out too much, because once again, if you guys are battling it out, you're going to end up farther behind. By working together, you guys can potentially catch up to whoever's ahead, and ends up working in our favor, because at this point now we're like about 2, maybe even 3 seconds behind 8th place. So us working together, it has really worked out for us. And here we are on the last lap. A bunch of nothing has happened on lap 4. We're just working together, as I've said for the millionth time. And at this point, I'm just looking forward to finish the race. And yeah, this race just hasn't been exciting for me, to be honest. So break right here, and I'm mostly just keeping my eyes on Salady and Cardspan, who's just ahead of us. But this is where it gets a little interesting, because KV Den, he just comes out of nowhere. I actually didn't even see him coming. I didn't hear him coming, but it looks like he got an extremely fast exit out of the chicane, and he was able to just super cleanly and quickly pass me. But at least it wasn't in the middle of the turn, because that would have created an awkward situation, since I'm on the fuel map window and not on the radar window. But still, I mean, kudos to him. He got an awesome pass, and he's going faster than me, so I'm not going to battle it out. But I'm still going to see if he ended up using a bit too much fuel, because at this point we're coming down to the single digits for fuel, at least for me. If he's in a similar situation and he used all that fuel to pass me to catch up to Salady, that could mean that he might run out of fuel at the very end. So I could possibly reclaim 10th place, but let's go ahead and see what happens here. So I'm just trying to be a bit more aggressive to catch up to KV Den, Lady Cyrus, and in the end, I know I'm saying this a little too soon, and in the end, nope, he still has some fuel left. And oh well, I mean that's fine. I mean, his strategy worked out. He was able to get a super clean pass on me, so really well done of him. And yeah, so that was the race. Yeah, this race just, it was a snooze fest. I was really hoping for this race to be a lot more fun, a lot more exciting, but it just wasn't it, Chief. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off on here. This is Mr. MCA, the world's most okay player, and I'll see you in the next video.